over backwards to make billionaires richer at the expense of everyday Americans. And it seems that even the billionaires know that this level of wealth inequality, blatant disregard for our collective humanity, is unsustainable.
Bloomberg has reported that Claude is being used by the U.S. military in the war in Iran to do AI-assisted targeting via a platform made by Palantir, Maven Smart System. In February, a U.S. missile reportedly hit a girls' school in Iran, killing more than 150 people, most of them children. Did Claude play a role in that strike?
We don't know exactly how, these models were used. Obviously, these things that mistakes that happen in warfare are really, really terrible. This is a really terrible thing to happen. We were willing to risk the future of our company to limit how, these models are used. And, what you're talking about is a use case that doesn't even violate our red lines. We're worried that there will be 100 times as much, with use cases that do violate our red lines. Now, again, I would say, I think overall, the use of these models is appropriate. I think it's good on net. But military decision makers make terrible mistakes, even at the best of times. And I don't know if we're in the best of times. What we've seen here is Claude assists, but a human makes the final call. So a human made that final call, not Claude. Imagine if you had a world in which not Claude, because we haven't allowed it, but someone else's AI model, the AI model just makes the decision and the human never sees it. That's what we were standing up for. That's what we were fighting against.
Palantir is here to disrupt and make the institutions we partner with the very best in the world, and when it's necessary, to scare enemies and on occasion kill them. And we hope you're in favor of that. We hope you're enjoying being a partner, and we're really happy and very, very focused on what we're doing.
Data centers have proved to be a unifying enemy for regular Americans on both sides of the aisle. And clearly, that's making this administration and the tech CEOs they're seemingly beholden to extremely uncomfortable. Documents obtained by Wired reveal that the DOJ has identified tech extremism as one of the greatest threats facing America. It's a terrifying broad term that could effectively criminalize protesting data centers or even discussing the negative impacts of AI.
It's like living on the edge of Niagara Falls, or you're on a runway next to a jet that's taking off, but this jet doesn't take off.
Morning, noon, night, she even hears it in her bedroom, and it's changed everything about how she lives her life, including her politics.
Red or blue, if you vote against data centers, we vote for you.
A lifelong conservative, she's so angry, she refuses to vote for Trump-backed Attorney General Ken Paxton, who clinched the GOP nomination for Senate Tuesday. Instead, she's all in for James Tallarico, a Democrat seeking to flip a seat controlled by Republicans since 1993.
You're willing at this point to forego basically every conservative issue and let the Senate fall into the hands of Democrats if that's what it takes to kill data centers.
Yep. My entire community is going to break rank. Everybody. All of us. We've had enough.
I'm President Trump. I'm in charge. He doesn't care about us. Somebody asked him about a week ago, what about the American people? And they're struggling right now.
To what extent are Americans' financial situations motivating you to make a deal?
Not even a little bit.
He did not care. I couldn't even watch that. I was angry after that. Like, I voted for you and you don't care about me?
Francesca Hong for governor. She's fantastic. My name's Carrie Betcher. I have brought Fran in today to talk to Wisconsin Rapids about her plan for the moratorium on data centers in Wisconsin. Wisconsin Rapids is currently under attack with a data center coming in. She's giving us all kinds of great pointers on how to deal with it, how to talk to the people and tell them we don't want it here. I've seen a couple of headlines where the answer is, I think we should stop data centers, but there's no plan. Francesca is the only candidate that I have seen that has a comprehensive Control-Alt-Delete to stop the data centers. There hasn't been another one. You will find that this is not a partisan issue. This is not Democrat or Republican. This is your community. They're coming in, they're trying to destroy it, and they don't care about you. This is corporations. This is big money, big tech who don't care about you. They don't care about your neighborhood. They're just coming in to destroy it. So get together with your neighbors, regardless of who they are. We vote Republican. We've always voted Republican. Our families vote Republican because we're hunters and fishers and we want the NRA to be on our side. One of my best friends, her husband he is a Wisconsin Republican. He signed for Francesca this year because she was the only person on any side of this who was anti-data center. That is what this campaign is doing.
This is Larry Fink, the CEO of BlackRock, and as many of you know, BlackRock controls over $10 trillion in assets and pension funds, retirement accounts, savings, those sorts of things. And he literally just said that your pension fund, your investments, your 401ks are going to be used to invest into AI data centers and power grids for the AI data centers. All of that, no worries. I got the video. You can hear it for yourself. Check it out.
I believe much of this money is going to come from average savings accounts and investment accounts.
Maybe you're okay with your savings account, your pensions, your 401ks, all of that, funding AI data centers and the power grids for AI data centers. That's up for you to decide.
And let me also, though, bring back the whole notion of what's going on in the Middle East, where there's going to be huge opportunities there. But now, because of drone warfare, we have to relook at all forms of security and the need for rebuilding the GCC region, to rebuild it so that it's going to be in a position where it's not going to be obstructed by drone warfare. So many more things are going to have to be underground. But even here in the United States, if we're going to be building, let's say, these 1 gigawatt data centers, how do we make sure we're not protecting those $50 billion, $75 billion investments? We have to relook at everything because of the role of drone warfare. Right now we're looking at it internationally, but one of my concerns is, could it be a domestic terrorism using a $3,000 drone? So all of these things are actually opportunities, not problems. It's going to require, as we said, trillions of dollars of capital. Governments cannot build these out alone. They don't have the wherewithal. And two, their deficits are started mounting. And we spend too little time talking about the U.S. deficits and other countries' deficits. So this is going to be the role of private sector.
Here's a picture of Mark Zuckerberg's $300 million yacht floating into Seattle on the same day that Meta laid off 1,400 workers. Does anything scream our economy is broken more than that? But that's Trump's America. Funnel wealth and tax dollars to the ultra-rich, while everyday Americans get peanuts. His whole agenda fits on a bumper sticker. Billionaires win, families lose. We need to fight back.
And this is not a one-off, folks. It's part of a broader dystopian shift in how this country defines a threat. Our entire counterterrorism apparatus is being quietly retooled to aim less at violence and more at perceived ideological enemies. Line it up next to NSPM 7, right? The Justice Department is going after anti-American thought. The picture gets a lot darker. When the government starts treating a belief as a precursor to terrorism, we are in genuinely dangerous territory. Here's the part they're counting on you not to notice. It can feel like just about every liberal democracy on earth is already sitting comfortably in the pocket of big tech. So much of the economy is now wired into AI that it's hard to even imagine the off-ramp. But there's a reason terms like tech extremism and anti-Americanism are written so broad. Broad is a tell. Broad means they can't actually point to a crime, so they're casting the widest net they can, hoping the fear does the work for them. And here's the thing about a net that wide. There's safety in numbers. They cannot lock all of us up, no matter how badly they'd like to. You want to know who's actually afraid right now? Look at the people building the bunkers, the blast doors, the New Zealand compounds, and the 1,400-acre fortresses. That's not the behavior of men who feel safe. That is the behavior of men who know exactly how unsustainable this is and who are quietly buying themselves an exit while telling the rest of us to calm down.